I moved around a lot for my education, and being here back in California out of Cal State was really a dream of mine, and so I'm glad that I'm able to do that now. Hi, my name is Shawn Bates. I teach in the psychology department at Chico State. I, like many, was drawn to psychology because I was trying to figure out what was wrong with me and my family, right? And so I took a psychology class as a high school student. It was an elective, and the teacher was a former therapist, and listening to his stories and learning about all of the theories in psychology, Freud and Jung and all those folks really fascinated me. So I decided that when I went to college, I was going to major in psychology. Also, I didn't want to take any more math classes, and so I knew that psych students didn't have to take math. And then I eventually wound up specializing in biological psychology, also known as behavioral neuroscience, because of a class that I took when I was an undergraduate called psychobiology. And many folks said that it was the hardest class that they had to take as a psychology major. I found it to be awesome. It's still one of my favorite classes ever. And it's funny enough, I teach that here at Chico State. And so that I found psychology because I wanted to figure out myself and my family. I stayed in psychology because neuroscience was a way for me to understand more about how the brain produces complex behaviors, how genes might then encode changes in the brain that might lead to predisposition or vulnerability to different diseases or different like addiction or different psychiatric disorders. And so that really wanting to understand behavior drew me to psychology. So what I love about teaching at Chico State is really, as I kind of mentioned earlier, the opportunity to work with the students. I've encountered some fantastic students here at Chico State, brilliant students who have a lot of awesome questions, both in the classroom and in the research laboratory. And I've always enjoyed teaching people about neuroscience, and I get to do that both in the classroom, where I teach a large group of students, and in the research laboratory, where it's a smaller group of students, but we're still able to discuss neuroscience and their questions, and even have some more hands-on opportunities to really explore these important questions that we have. And so that's what I really love about Chico State. I also really like my department. Everyone here is really friendly and personable, and I know that that's not always the case, so I lucked out in that realm too. And I like being up here in Northern California too. I'm from Southern California originally, but I moved around a lot for my education, and being here back in California out of Cal State was really a dream of mine, and so I'm glad that I'm able to do that. I guess something students should know about me is that, just like them, I'm a former Cal State student, so I did my undergraduate work at Cal State Long Beach, and then a master's at Cal State San Marcos. And even before I was a college student, I took classes at Cal State Dominguez because I grew up right across the street from it in Carson, California. So I really feel like I gave the Cal State a lot of my money, like you probably are now. And so that's something I think students should know about me, that just like them, I'm a product of the Cal State system. So that was another reason I was excited to come back and be a faculty member at a Cal State.